A lot of people think winning means having the last word. Most of the time, it doesn't. Most of the time, when a person keeps arguing, he's the one that's bleeding energy, while the other person just stands there watching them burn through it. That's why Robert Greene's Law 9 matters so much. You win through your actions, never through argument. That's the law. And in real life, it means stop trying to prove everything with your mouth. Start proving it with what you do. Because arguments feel powerful when you're in them, but most of the time it's a weakness. You think you're making a point. You think that you're clearing things up. You think one more sentence will finally make them understand. Usually, it just doesn't work that way. The second somebody feels corrected, challenged, embarrassed, or exposed, pride jumps in. Now they're not just listening to understand, they're listening to protect themselves. They're waiting for a gap. They're waiting for their turn. They're waiting to hit back. That's why arguments often go nowhere. It's not always because the truth was bad. It's because ego got there first. And once the ego enters the room, truth usually leaves through the back door. That's why Green says action beats argument. People will debate your words all day. They struggle to debate a result that's standing right in front of them. Think about it at work. If somebody says you're not ready, you can argue, defend yourself and explain your talent and try to win the room. Or you can sharpen up, deliver properly and make the results work for you. That second move lands harder. If somebody says you're unreliable, you can spend 10 minutes saying that they're wrong. Or you can become somebody so solid that the label dies on its own. Again, the second move's stronger. That's law 9, not talk, proof. Here's where that law gets really useful. A lot of people waste years trying to fix things with speeches that could have been fixed with behaviour. They keep saying, I am serious. They keep saying, trust me. They keep saying, this time is different. But the pattern stays the same. Once that happens, the words lose value. And when words lose value, people stop hearing them. And that's why this law is brutal. It keeps asking the same question. What are you actually showing us? Not what you're promising, not what you're intending, what you're showing. Because that's what people believe in the end, your pattern, not your speech. How do you use this law properly? Well, I'll tell you now. First, you've got to stop trying to win every room with a single point. Not every rude comment needs a reply. Not every foolish opinion needs correction. Not every person deserves a full explanation. Some people don't want truth. They want a fight. They want a reaction and they want your energy. They want to pull you into a loop where you keep proving and they keep poking. Don't give them that. Ask yourself this question. Does this person want clarity or do they just want more noise? If they want clarity, keep it clean and speak. If they want noise, give them less and go build something better. That's the first move. Second, use results as your answer. If somebody doubts your discipline, sharpen your routine. If somebody doubts your talent, improve your work. If somebody says you'll never get there, keep moving until they have to look at the evidence. That's not revenge. That's reality. And reality shuts mouths better than speeches ever. Stop thinking one big emotional moment is going to do the job. It won't. Consistency is stronger than intensity. Anybody can sound convincing for a day. Anyone can make a promise in a heated moment. But steady behaviour changes how people see you. If you keep your word again and again, people start trusting you. If you stay calm under pressure again and again, people start reading you as calm. If you stop reacting to nonsense and stay focused on your direction, people stop pulling you into rubbish. That's law 9. That's a way of living. Not flashy, just strong. Take it into relationships because this law works there too. If somebody keeps saying you never listen, you can argue for an hour about your intention, or you can listen better for the next month and let the change speak. If somebody says they can't trust you, You don't rebuild out of a speech. You rebuild it with clean behaviour over time without begging to be believed every 5 minutes. And on the other side, if you keep asking somebody to change and all they ever bring to you is talk, and you see the law there in reverse, you see why words without actions are cheap. That matters because a lot of people get trapped by speeches. They stay because the apology sounded good. They stay because the promise sounded deep. They stay because the words gave them hope. But hope without change behaviour is how people lose years. So keep your eye on the pattern. Always the pattern. Now, this law can also be used on you. You'll see it when somebody stops arguing and simply changes the board. Maybe you doubted them. Maybe you dismissed them. Maybe you thought that they were all talk. Then instead of debating with you, they go quiet. They sharpen right up and they come back with proof. Now the argument's dead. That's law 9. You'll also see it when somebody refuses to get dragged into drama and just changes behaviour. They stop the speech, they set a boundary, they pull back, they leave, and they build. And suddenly, there's nothing left to argue with because the action has already answered everything. That's where the law gets heavy. Let me show you the trap, which often falls next. Some people love arguments because arguments keep you busy. Busy people often stop building. That's why certain people keep dragging you into the same old back and forth, same topics, same week, same loop. All crap. They're not always trying to be truthful with you. Sometimes they're just keeping you occupied while your time, peace and focus leak away. Watch that closely. If somebody keeps pulling you into pointless debate, ask yourself, what's it costing you? Is it your time, your calm, your progress, your respect for yourself? Because sometimes the smartest move is not winning the argument, it's just refusing to live in it. And that's hard for people who hate being misunderstood. But if you need every person to admit that you were right before you can move on, then you've handed your piece to the crowd. Don't ever do that. Speak when speech is needed. Act when action is stronger. Know the difference. That's the whole law. Stop trying to beat every problem with talk. Say what matters and then back it. If somebody doubts you, build. If somebody labels you, live differently. If somebody wants a pointless fight, don't let them turn your whole day into their arena. Use your energy to create results, not speeches. Because people can argue with your mouth all day. They struggle to argue with what your life is showing them. That's law 9. Win through your actions, never through arguments. And if you want one move to take from this today, take this. The next time somebody tries to drag you into a pointless back and forth, stop and ask yourself, what result would answer this better more than me talking? Then go and do that. That's where your power is. You think about this. Take care and stay blessed. Namaste.